Hello, my name is Israel, and it's going to be my quick take on the share responsibility model and how I secure a small cloud setup. So, my fictional company is called Cookie Systems, and it's based on 35 people in Central Florida. So, it's a small company based on uh, a small company for security system integration in Central Florida. Um, Basically, it's composed of few techs which install control access and as well as using video monitoring systems, which are in short VMS. Uh, the office handles quotes, tickets, and billing. So the customers would be like military bases, including Navy, Air Force, and Army. Uh, and then you would ask yourself, like, why would you use cloud in your company, especially if it's a security systems company? And I would say that it's because you can use cloud to basically upload job photos. You can upload videos from the field, and you can also do your customer portal. You can do it via cloud, and you can also use APIs for mobile apps. So it'll basically make the job easier, basically faster and more efficient. The services we're going to use in the company will be AWS plus business. These are my four Amazon products from AWS that I'm going to be using or services. The first one is going to be Amazon EC2, which is an API slash app server behind an ALB. Um, the second one is going to be Amazon S3, which is going to be used for the job photos, the videos, and the invoice that are going to be coming in PDF form. The third one is going to be Amazon RDS, which is basically a database, and it's like I said, we're going to use PostGRE SQL, and this is going to be used for work orders, customers, billing data, and everything else that gets stored in our database for later use. The fourth one is going to be Amazon CloudFront, which basically speeds up the customer portal and media, so it makes everything faster, more efficient by utilizing the cloud. Uh, the standard business services we're going to be using is basically standard for basically almost every company. We're going to do hardware, which is going to be the office PCs and field iPads for the field techs. They're going to be doing installs of security systems, etc. And software, we're going to be using Microsoft 365, and we're also going to be using QuickBooks Online. That's going to be for the people that are going to be on HQ or on the on site on the office, local office in Central Florida, and they're going to be using that for billing. And internet connectivity, of course, is going to be the ISP, which could be Spectrum, Frontier. It could be any local ISP that we have available. Now, these I'm gonna be talking about the difference between, or not the difference, but the versus between the security off the cloud and security in the cloud. So, security off the cloud, which is AWS, um, basically utilizes physical DCs, facilities, hardware, networking, and hypervisor. But in this form, it basically mashes all of it onto AWS, which basically keeps the platform secure because you're not worrying about having all these different things in a physical form. You're gonna have them in the actual cloud. So it's gonna be the protection of it. So when we're talking about like physical protection, we're talking about keypads to doors or like cameras. That's why we talk about facilities because also the facility is also a big thing when you talk about security. The hardware, you need to have hardware that is protected. It could be via a rack, it could be via a protected room, or a SCIF. Networking, of course, is going to have a firewall to protect your network. You're also going to have you need to have your communication encrypted. That would be via tunnels. Uh, uh, what else? Hypervisor. That's also a server management system. So you would need to have also that protected via password and all that. But by using AWS, you're basically eliminating all those different factors that could be breaches in the future, and you can keep them in the cloud. So AWS can literally take care of everything. not have to worry about any breaches in your cloud. So security in the cloud will be us, the customer, our data like our identity, configurations, OS, and hardening of the EC2, the network rules, and how we use the services. This is very important because like how we utilize the cloud is very important. How we configure it and how we set up our network and how we set up our configurations, how we set up our users, how we set up our settings for the company. It's very important to keep everything safe. So that's the difference between the actual security of the cloud and security in the cloud. Security, just to basically just do a whole roundabout, a cloud is basically the physical form, anything that's like the outside of it. It's like the shell. And then security in the cloud is everything that gets configured in the inside of the cloud system. And then what it means for my physical company, basically AWS locks down the buildings, hosts, and we must configure the IAM, the S3 policies, the SGs, the encryption, the login, the patching, and the backups. Now, the share responsibility by AWS service, EC2 is very important because in the AWS, it basically grants us the facility, the racks, the host hardware, the hypervisor, the base networking availability. So in the sense of where we're talking about security of the cloud, when we're talking about the how the physical aspect of security is done, AWS takes care of everything because we're not gonna have to worry about keeping the uh, networks and the devices protected. AWS takes care of it. And we, us as a company, we basically take care of the configuration of the AMI, the OS patching, the SCI hardening, the app code,